Hi friends and welcome back to my channel. Today we are working on this cute embroidered bookmark, which makes a perfect little gift for a book lover in your life. It's an easy project that will only take you a day or so to complete, and honestly it is somehow really satisfying and addicting to make these. Let's talk materials. First of all, a sheet of felt fabric. Mine is medium thick, so it actually already holds shape very well. I also prepared a paper square folded in half to help myself cut out the shapes on felt. We will also need embroidery thread in whatever colors your soul desires, a thin marker to draw our design. Next up we need an embroidery needle, a pair of sharp scissors, textile glue, and a regular tissue. I'll explain that one later. First of all, I'm cutting 2 triangles using my paper guide. Make sure that they're exactly same in size. Next I pick whichever looks nicer to me to make it my right side and draw a floral design on it. As you can see, I drew 5 lines collecting in the middle, which is going to be a guideline for my embroidered rose. That's the one I will start with, and I chose this very bright red for it. I don't make any stopper knots on my thread, as I want the inside of my bookmark to be as flat as possible, so that book pages slide in easily. Instead, I leave a little tail that I will glue on later. For the rose pattern, we start by making 5 stitches of approximately same length that connect in the middle. Next, I bring my needle to the side of one of the stitches. Doesn't matter which one, and I start sewing through the stitches themselves, moving clockwise and skipping 2 stitches every single time. So as you can see here, I'm inserting my needle through the 3rd stitch, counting from where my thread is coming out at the moment. This over time creates an imitation of rose petals. In the beginning you can make your petals tighter, but as your rose gets bigger, make sure to loosen your stitches for more volume. Once finished, I simply bring my thread to the wrong side and cut off the tail. For the branches, I'm going with a dark green color and simply doing a forward stitch along the line. Then I'm returning back, filling in the gaps. Repeat the same on the other side. For leaves, I picked a lighter shade of green, and here we will do something different. First, we will add 2 very short stitches on either edge of the leaf. Bring your thread to the side of any of the stitches and sew through it. Next, insert the needle through the opposite stitch and return through the first one, completing this oval shape. Now we can bring the thread to the wrong side and move on to other leaves. With a light pink thread, I will add some French knots here and there. For that, pull out the thread from the wrong side and wrap it 2-3 times around the needle close to the base. Insert the needle close to the point where the thread comes out. With the left hand, maintain tension in the working cord so that the twists on the needle don't unravel. You get a little round button that looks like a little bud. I also added some red knots in each corner of the triangle for some visual balance. This is how my little design turned out. Next, I flip it to the wrong side and drown the whole thing in textile glue. I make sure to soak all the ends and then put a thin layer of tissue on top. I apply a layer of glue to the tissue as well. I do this to make the inner surface of the bookmark as smooth as possible so that book pages don't get stuck on loose thread ends. I also apply glue to the wrong side of our second triangle so that it becomes a bit firmer. I let both pieces fully dry and then cut off the excess tissue. Now we need to connect the two parts together, creating a little pocket inside. You could just sew them along the edge, like I did with this bookmark. I, however, found a piece of lace ribbon among my supplies that I would really like to use, so I decided to also add a little lace border in between. To make it easier for myself, I glued it to the wrong side of my back triangle so that it doesn't move around too much. Then I could align the top part nicely and sewed along the edge. And this is the final result. I really love the vintage look of it, and there's so many different designs you can create with embroidered flowers and leaves. Let me know in the comments if you enjoyed this video and would like to give this project a go. Thanks for watching, until next time.